Hello, my name is Beth Dixon, and we're doing questions 9 and 10 today. Question 9 says 46% is equivalent to what fraction in reduced terms? So that means we're going to convert the percent to a fraction. And then once we've converted it, we're going to then make sure it's also reduced. So first of all, there are two main ways that we can do this. One, we can convert it to a decimal first and then reduce. And that is very nice for ones like number 10, where there is a decimal involved. And then we can also just go straight to writing it as a fraction. So I'm going to kind of show you the both ways on this first one, because this one is one that's really nice to do the first way, which is, what does percent mean? It means per 100. So that is 46 per 100. Now, if we type that in the calculator, that will change it to the 0.46, moving the decimal back 2 places. But that does not give us a reduced fraction. So we can reduce the fraction 46 over 100, and we can do that the long way, which is by looking at it and seeing that both the 46 and 100 are divisible by 2. 46 is divisible by 2, and that would give us 23. 100 is divisible by 2 and would give us 50. And we can look at 23 and see that nothing else goes into 23 but 1 and 23. So it is in reduced terms. However we do this problem, we do want to know that you have the calculator. And for most of our teachers, you will be able to use your calculator on the part of the test where you're going to be doing these. Now, there are no calculator parts to some of your tests. And so you want to be sure that you understand which parts you can use your calculator on and which parts you can't. So I don't want to get too close to the camera here. So let me show you how you should put this in your calculator to check. So let's take the percent part, which is the 46. Remember that's divided by 100. So we do divided by 100. And then you're going to press on your calculator, you're going to press the math key. And notice you've got a menu items there. And one of those menu items, the one that's already highlighted, is the highlighted math menu. And under the math menu, number 1 fraction is highlighted. Because it's highlighted, we can press enter, or we can press 1, not 3, 1. We can press 1 to select it. So I'm going to press 1 to select it. Notice that says now 46 divided by 100. And then I usually read it as convert to fraction, because there's a little triangle that means change to fraction. So it's going to change this to a fraction. And notice it gives you the 23 over 50. So we can also do that with our calculator, and that gives us our answer. Now, what do we do with the 7.3 equivalent to what fraction? Well, my recommendation is to do that the same way. If you're doing it without the calculator, what I would do is take 7.3%, move the decimal back 2 places, because I'd convert it to a decimal first. Why? Because it has a decimal in it. And once we have a decimal, we want to go to a decimal before we move to a fraction. So I'd go back 2 places, which means I need to add 1 0, and that gives me 0.073. And then think about how we would read this. This is the tenths place. This is the hundredths place. This is the thousandths place. So that is 73 thousandths. And so that would be 73 over, and because there are 3 decimal places there, that means that is 1,000. Okay, 10 is 1 decimal place. 100 means it would be a second. And the 3 means that the third place, not because it's a 3, but because there is a third place, that would be 1,000. So that's why it's over 1,000. Now we can also do that with the calculator. Again, typing the 7.1, hit the divide key, 100 for the percent. And if you hit enter, whoops, if I hit enter, it will give me the decimal, which is that 0.071. I hit 0.71. Ha! 7.3 divided by 100. Let me hit the right number first, which would give me 0.073 as the decimal. And then I'm just going to press the math key. And this time I'll hit enter to show you that both work. So I want to hit enter. And then that says it's going to take, notice I just hit enter and it says the answer converted to a fraction. And it's just going to convert that answer into the fraction, which gives me that 73 over 1,000. And that is how we convert both of these into fractions. And notice this one even checked to make sure it was reduced, which I didn't, because I happen to know that 73 is not really divisible by anything. I happen to know that it was prime. Sometimes we don't know that because they can be really tricky. So using your calculator to check for making sure your answer is reducible is perfectly okay. At this point, we just want to make sure you know what a reduced fraction is and that you can use your tools that we're providing you to reduce those fractions. And again, this is questions 9 and 10. Thank you.